Hey guys, it's Mr. Farrell. Here are your week 4 instructions. So if you haven't looked at your stuff for week 4 or you missed class, here are your instructions. Before we get into your instructions though, there is this one thing that's kind of living up here at the very top. This is really, really important if you haven't looked at this. So one of the things that we're working with is we're working with some PDFs. So if I come down here, you'll see like this thing is a PDF. That is just a file type. So you have things like PDFs, you have things like Google Docs, you have all sorts of stuff. Google Slides is another type of PD or file type. So normally with these PDFs, we could look at them, but we can't really put things on them, write on them, highlight them, do things like that. But we have had these tools, and I've asked you guys to use these tools, this read and write for Chrome, the PDF text help reader, and some of these other tools to help you guys. And some people have figured it out. Some people are still having problems with it. So this thing at the top, will hopefully help you get all that taken care of. So if we look up here, we have a video. So I made a little video and it's kind of walking you through the settings, making sure you have the settings right, and also just some little tips such as making sure that you have your making sure you're using Google Chrome and other little things to where that are important, but you might not do. This other thing, these are some slides, and I'll click on these slides here. These are super important. So looking through here, this kind of helps you make sure you're set up for getting these extensions to work. So some people, if you're one of the people that are coming to school, you have these extensions up here that are working, and then when you go home, they're not there. Take a look at this. This should fix that problem. And you can use, there's all sorts of things. This is if you're using Android devices. This is if you're using iPad, Chrome browser, all sorts of stuff. So check that out. Going into week 4, there's a lot of people that are kind of struggling. I've noticed, I've talked to some of y'all, having a lot of stuff it's tough keeping up with. And I realize we've asked you to do a lot the last couple of weeks. So this week, we only have 3 things for you to do. And so this should hopefully be a lighter week. And that should give you guys an opportunity to catch up. So we're going to click here on the first thing. First thing is just some sort of starter, just kind of like a Jamboard type thing. So if you look, there's 2 slides here. The first slide, you're going to kind of review the terms from last week. Both of these slides are reviewed from last week. You're going to take the picture and you're going to put it with the word that you think it is. So if you think this is maybe a population, you'd put it up here. If you think this is, I don't know, the ecosystem, you'd put it up here. Now, what I would do is I would make sure that you do the ones you feel most confident about. So if you feel confident about an organism and population, do those first. If you don't really know something, maybe let's say you don't know community, save that for last. If you get down to 2 that you're confused on, you got a 1 in 2 chance or a 50% chance of getting it right, even though you don't really know it. So I would highly suggest to do that. Now, looking at this one, this is similar to something you guys did on last week. And I'll show you guys that. So if we come down here, week 3, on your vocab sheet, you had some vocab words that you were defined, and then you had some pictures. And so if you look down here, this box is the same box. It's just a different picture. So, do this. If you get this right, awesome. If you need help, let me know. So what you're going to do, you're going to write down everything in the ecosystem. So remember, everything in the ecosystem is the biotic things and the abiotic things. So you're going to put all the biotic things you see here, all the abiotic things. Now, list everything. Don't just say, well, it's all the animals or all the plants. Tell me what animals and what plants are here. So if you see hippos and flamingos and elephants, put everything you see. And don't forget about plants. Are plants living or plants not living? So don't forget about plants. Plants are living. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to put the community. So everything that is living, goes here. So you had everything that's living up here and non-living. Well, you're just going to cut out the non-living stuff and put it down here. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to focus on a population. So you're just going to focus on one specific population. So remember, population is all of the animals, all the organisms of the same species. So I can't put elephants and hippos and crocodiles because they're not the same species. I can put just elephants or just crocodiles or just hippos, but I can't put all three of them down there because they have whatever's here has to be the same species. So you might put two elephants, or you might put one crocodile, or three flamingos. And then the last thing is an organism. So organism, remember, one individual living thing. So what I should be able to do is I should be able to look at this and I should be able to go down to the organism and I should be able to know exactly which organism you're talking about. Maybe you're talking about this lion right here. Or maybe you're talking about this baby elephant. Or maybe you're talking about this giraffe. So I should be able to look at the organism and kind of zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in to the organism level and know exactly what part you're looking at. So that's the Jamboard. We'll close these things out, come back up here. So number 2 is energy, reading, and vocab. So I made a video. It's not here yet. It will be here when I get this video posted. But you're going to read this article and you're going to come up with these definitions. Now, clicking into here, there are some highlighted definitions. I'm going to give you the definitions for these highlighted things because they're not in the article. So you should be able to find all these other ones. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's going to be 6 words that you'll be able to find. Now, these up here, these top 2, they go by, they have 2 words that are the same thing. So autotrophs are also known as producers. Heterotrophs are also known as consumers. So make sure you're looking for both of those things. You might see the word autotroph in there. You might see the word producer. You might see the word heterotroph. You might see the word consumer. So that's something to make sure you're looking for. And then what you can do is you can watch the video that'll be up there afterwards, and we will kind of explain some stuff, have you maybe put a couple notes here. I'm going to give you these 4. So make sure you watch that video. All right, and then the last thing is this energy flow in ecosystems active reading. So I'm going to click on this. Now, little side note, if you get your PDF and it comes up and you see black on the sides and you see this little tab, it says open with, what you need to do is you need to click open with and you need to click read and write for Google Chrome. That's the tool that helps us type on PDFs. So you don't have to convert this as a Google Doc. You can just type on this sheet. Now, you have a reading here. You have one paragraph, and all your answers are going to come from this one paragraph. So you got some multiple choice here. Those answers are up here. You're going to fill in some blanks here, and then down here, you're going to put these things in order. So all these things here, they're mentioned in this paragraph at the top. And what you need to do is you need to figure out, well, which one of these things did the paragraph talk about first? Did it talk about photosynthesis, plants and algae, energy? If whatever's first, you're going to put a 1 by it. And then whatever it mentioned next, you're going to put a 2 by it. And then what it mentioned after that, 3, after that, 4, and then there's 5 things. So you should have the 5th thing would be the very last thing that was mentioned in the paragraph. All right. So if you guys have questions or any issues, don't hesitate. Let me know. You guys can always reach out to me, and hope to see you guys soon.